Maul was born the son of Mother Talzin. He had 2 brothers, Feral and Savage Opress, all born on Dathomir as Night Brothers. When Maul was young, Mother Talzin became an ally of Darth Sidious. The 2 exchanged wisdom and power, but eventually Sidious abandoned Mother Talzin and took Maul as his first apprentice while he was just a small boy. Sidious trained Maul, kept him in pain and tortured the child, grooming him this way for years and years. Sidious wanted a true Sith weapon. Maul was trained heavily in the dark arts to be a forceful opponent, one who would not fail. He trained him as an acrobatic warrior, to be relentless and unstoppable. Maul's own weapon of choice? A double-bladed red lightsaber. Sidious forced multiple breeds and ashes of dead Sith warriors, and as he did so, Maul experienced the pain of lightsabers slashing through the warring South as the Jedi killed them and cut them down. He grew in anger and longed for revenge against the Jedi. With his master, Maul hoped to destroy the Jedi and restore the Sith to galactic power. Several years into his training, he became impatient as he yearned for confrontation with the Jedi. He hunted large wild game to keep his prowess strong. He attacked Rancors and Rathtars, and his bloodlust was still not quenched. Maul even stalked Jedi Kat and her Padawan. Lord Sidious admired Maul's desire for vengeance, but threatened Maul over his excessive risk of detection. Because of this, his master dispatched him to kill pirates and other riffraff that were messing with the Trade Federation.
Do you want to live? Yes, Ariadne.
The years went by, Maul constantly under the painstaking tutelage of Master Sidious, until finally, one dog dead of night, the robed figure stepped from out of the shadows and told him, "It is our time," and deemed him Darth Maul.
The Lord of the Sith was sent on his first official mission against the Jedi. It was a mission to Naboo to intercept the Jedi Master Qui-Gon Jinn and his Padawan Obi-Wan Kenobi. Darth Maul had trained in the dark arts of the Sith and had amassed some Force abilities many consider unnatural. Maul used anger above all, though he had the powers of the Force Push, Force Throw, and many others including Sith Lightning. He usually preferred to gut his enemy violently close while peering into their dying souls. Darth Maul used Juyo and Ataru lightsaber techniques, which were primarily offensive tactics sword techniques. He was immensely deadly with his lightsabers. All that having been said, Maul's greatest ally was the dark side and his anger. Maul's force powers were strong enough to keep him alive after being cut in half. He knew he survived due to his anger, hatred, and dark side training from his master, Sidious. So Darth Maul survived, but died just the same, reborn a shell of his former self, broken and lost in rage. He repaired himself, and yet could not retain his identity. His brother Savage found him madly wrecked and barely pieced together. Savage Opress took what was left of him back to their mother Talzin, the all-powerful Sith Witch of the Night Sisters. There on Dathomir, she used her dark magic and the Force to literally remind and rebuild the shattered intellect of this being once meant to rule the galaxy alongside his master, Sidious.
Arise, Maul, reborn son of Dathomir.
Darth Maul would diss his own Sith prefix Darth. It is at this time he became known only as Maul, Dark Lord of the Sith. He challenged his brother Savage as he was ingrained to follow the rule of two, and there must only be one master with a singular vision, his vision. Lord Maul easily defeated Savage and became his master.
I shall complete your training, not as your brother, but as your master.
Lord Maul and his brother became obsessed with a plan to control the galaxy themselves. A plan that challenged both the Galactic Republic and the Separatist Grand Army. Lord Maul did all he could and aligned himself with Death Watch, a group of Mandalorian extremists. The group began taking over crime syndicates under the name Shadow Collective.
Kill him. Give me a location.
Tatooine! Tatooine!
Jabba's palace.
So the only thing that you can tell me is that I will find Jabba at Jabba's palace.
Once Lord Maul finally took over Mandalore and killed the leader of Death Watch, Pre Vizsla, all the galaxy would soon bear witness to his wrath and succumb to his bidding alone. Unfortunately, his master, Darth Sidious, would arrive immediately and alter the plan further.
Master.
Maul, his brother, and Darth Sidious began the deadly dance of lightsaber dueling. In the midst of the battle, they stood no chance of defeating the Dark Master, and ultimately, Maul's brother Savage Opress was impaled and killed. His brother's death caused an anger and sadness deep enough to reach into the dark side for great power. He propelled himself towards his old master and landed a grand kick on Sidious. But it was not enough, and soon Sidious disarmed Maul and defeated him. He became a slave to Sidious once again.
There is no mercy.
Maul would go on to escape his old master and continue his search for a way to control the galaxy and kill Obi-Wan Kenobi.
One man couldn't have done this alone.
His search ultimately led him to form a new crime syndicate called Crimson Dawn, and he recruited Han Solo's girlfriend, Kira. Much of what happened at this point is unknown. A few years later, Maul managed to track Obi-Wan Kenobi to Tatooine, where he planned to fight and end the Jedi Master's life. Kenobi was far too powerful for Maul. In 3 strikes of lightsabers clash, Maul fell to his rival and collapsed into his arms. During his prime, Maul was unstoppable. His anger kept him alive even after being cut in half. Though in the end his anger and lust for vengeance failed him at the hands of Kenobi. Was Maul the deadliest Sith? Please comment below.
I am surprised you could have forgotten me so easily after I killed your master and you left me for dead on Naboo.